Hey guys, welcome back to Done with Depression. Today we're talking about my experience in a partial hospitalization program. It's also known as PHP, and it was one of the two options I was given when I got out of inpatient. I was given the two options of PHP or IOP, which is Intensive Outpatient Program. So today we're going over PHP, Partial Hospitalization Program. So this has been the most helpful to me so far. The way PHP works, kind of like IOP, in the very beginning you have a little check-in session where you rate how you're feeling on different levels, things like that, your goals for the day. And then you have a break, and then you have three main groups. So your first group is an education group, and then you have another break, and then you have a processing group, and then a break, and then another processing group, and then lunch, and then a wrap up or a checkout with another education piece. So the thing that I really like about this is your second, third, and fourth group, your core groups, are all with the same group of people, and it's with the same therapist. And then your therapist will also rotate in teaching the first and last group as well. So usually you'll get at least four groups with your actual therapist, and you'll be seeing the same groups of people in each group. So if you're going to process things that happened to you in childhood or grief or whatever is going on, you're going to be able to do it with people that you're more comfortable with, that you're seeing every single day, that are in your group. The group size for mine typically ranges from like 3 to 7, so it's a smaller group size. For me, when I first got into the program, I did not want to talk at all. I didn't want to be in group. I didn't want to share. I didn't like the program. For me, it's super hard to open up about things. Kind of ironic since I'm making YouTube videos now. But it took me essentially 29 years to ask for help. And so thinking about taking 29 years to ask my mom for help, who's the closest to me in my life, and then going from that to I'm going to open up about everything that's wrong with me to essentially a group of strangers is very difficult. But you become more comfortable. The therapist will ask you questions here and there, and eventually you get comfortable with the group, and then you're able to share. It's also like open forum sort of thing, so you can give feedback to other members of the group and ask questions, and there's just a really good sense of community in the processing groups. And the processing groups for me have been the most beneficial out of any of the therapy that I've done so far. An analogy I kind of use is if you have like a tangled ball of yarn, to start untangling it, you have to find the end of the yarn. And then you're kind of able to untangle it from there and see which pieces are stuck together and that sort of thing. So for me, going into the processing group and being able to find that end and slowly start to untangle all of the things that happened in my life was super beneficial. And I can't just use a coping skill to cover it up. You have to unwind and work through and process until you slowly start to unravel all this stuff, and eventually, hopefully, you have this unraveled ball of yarn that's perfectly straight, and you've worked through a lot of or all of your issues. So processing is by far my favorite. The partial hospitalization program is 5 days a week, and it's for like 6 hours a day. They give you lunch and there's breaks in between there, so it's not consecutive all 6 hours. But the program that I'm in is Monday through Friday, so you wouldn't really be able to work necessarily unless you worked like all night shifts. The one that I go to is from 9:15 to 3:15. Yeah, 9:15 to 3:15. And then, like I said, there's a lunch in there as well. So if you guys have any questions about the partial hospitalization program, feel free to leave a comment below. Also, like and subscribe to the videos. In the description, there's links to two books. One I just finished called Four Agreements, and the other is The Intelligent Investor, which I'm reading right now. If you guys want to check out those books, there's links to Amazon. You can purchase them there. And then make sure to subscribe so we can create a community where we can talk about depression and help each other out and just be honest. Thank you guys. I'll see you next time.